Hi everybody, welcome back to Tam Predicts, and let's do another reading. Today I'm going to do what they are exactly going to say to you, and these are the words they will use, I think within a day or few hours, or within 2-3 days, very soon in fact. So I've got some channel messages. I'm going to just put them here. Let's see if there's a story in it or what's going to happen. These are the messages. Let's see which is the first. It could be a story, it could be like individual messages, but they will use the exact same words. I can't be without you. So they're saying this to you. They cannot be without you. They tried, they went away, but they are coming back. They cannot be without you, okay? That's what I get, okay? Let me do this. I'm just going to keep putting in messages here. I can't be without you, okay? And exactly same message they're going to say to you. Probably they'll just say that I cannot stay without you anymore, or you mean a lot to me. I get you mean a lot to me also as a message, that probably they will say this. Probably the exact words won't be like that, but yes, definitely one or two words here and there. But definitely the essence or the whole gist of the thing will be that I cannot be without you. They do not want to stay without you. You know, they probably went experimenting. They had options. They thought of more options of people. I mean, different people in their life. They kept their options open. But yes, I mean, they somewhere realized your value is what I get from this reading. And I think it's a very important reading here today, because a lot of you could be dealing with a person who had options and you had no options and you were totally devoted to them. And suddenly things are going to change. I feel tables are going to turn. I missed you. So they missed you. Yeah. So really they can't be without you, and they missed you. So they're going to say that I miss you, or missed you is coming towards you. You know, either they're going to say it, or either that message or call is going to come and they're going to be telling you. And at the moment I said call, see, calling you in 10, they're going to say that. They either call you baby, they either call you sugar, they can call you honey, egg. I get names like that, okay? Probably this reading is for you. So, I mean, it's a general reading, remember. So if they don't call you, that doesn't mean it's not for you. But yes, I feel, I mean, they call you like that and they're going to say, I'm going to call you in 10. Probably they weren't really regular with their calls, you know. If they said, okay, I'm calling you in 10, or I'm calling you, you know, in a few hours, or I'm calling you after the meeting, I'm calling you after my class, I'm calling you after whatever. So they did not keep their promise. But definitely now they know that they have to call you and they cannot mess with you, you know, giving your time and not really, you know, calling around that time. I value you. They definitely value you more now. You know, they really did stray. I mean, they did go and you know, met other people trying to see who's the best option, but definitely did not work for them. You know, it's kind of left them heartbroken, because you also somewhere retreated. You also suddenly became cold, or you also, I mean, decided that okay, this is not for me, because they have options. So I feel they suddenly realize their value, your value. And they also realize that you're a very caring person, you're a very loving person, you're a fantastic person. I mean, you really value them, but they never valued you back, you know. And that's, I feel this is more of a realization coming through. At the moment I said realized, here's the word, okay? Guys, I'm not seeing them because I've held them like that, so I don't even know what is coming next. So whatever I'm saying, touchwood, is validated. So I've realized, you know, they've realized their mistake, and now they value you more. I mean, they thought, you know, that they can have their own way, see as many people as they want, and suddenly, you know, they can have fun with everybody and be like a big player or whatever. But they suddenly realize it doesn't work like that, and they realize that they're losing you, or they've lost you somewhere. A love message. So they're going to send you a love message. A message is coming through to you very soon, okay? And they'll probably ask for forgiveness, or they'll realize their mistake. I get realization quite a bit here. Pick up my call, okay? They want you to pick up your call. And probably you've been ignoring them now. Like I said, tables have turned, or tables are going to turn. So you are not going to pick up their call. So you've been trying, you know, you all the time you were there for them, you know, whenever they called, and you kept yourself, you know, you were like, okay, I have to be free because they're calling, and you know, you always took their call, and they probably acted busy, but you're like, now it's enough. And the moment you went into that energy, guys, I'm getting a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of men, I mean, they started detaching, they started walking away, they started realizing their own value. And that's when this happened. Then people, the person you are involved with, actually realize that. And the more you detach yourself, the more value they get, you know, they suddenly realize how valuable they are, and you're not for them anymore, and you know that you do not bother about them. And that's when they want to run behind you, okay? The moment you run away from them, they start running behind you, and the moment you run behind them, they'll start running away. How about dinner? So they're going to ask you out for dinner. Probably they will take you to a place where you probably met, for the first time, or the first place where you met for a dinner date. So they want to take you out for dinner. They were not as good as you. See, they were comparing, and suddenly they realized. I mean, they went out with a lot of people, and suddenly they realized that the kind of, the kind of personality you are, and how caring and loving you are. I mean, they never found really anything good in them, in other people, and that's why they came running back to you. It's almost wearing sport shoes. I don't know why I mentioned sport shoes here. It's like a channel message. I mean, are you an athlete? I mean, do you run a lot, uh, or probably they like running, or they go for their jogging, or they like go and run for like 15 minutes or an hour, but something to do with sports shoes. I do not know. Or did you give them sports shoes ever? I don't know why I get that. That's strange. Or they like shoes, or they like a lot of shoes. They like sport shoes, like not fancy shoes, but sport shoes. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, they were not as good as you. That's what they're going to tell you, and they've realized that. They might not even tell you, but they're going to say it in a way like you're the best. That's the answer. I want to see you again. They want to see you again. This is not just the last date. Okay, if you really met them, and you had in your mind, yeah, this is my last date with them, they do not really bother. I want to say this is not your last date, because they're going to ask you out. They're going to ask you out for dinner, or they're going to ask you out for a date, and it has to do with a place that is really special to you too. Okay, that's what I get. These dates are very important. I don't know in what context. It could be a birthday. It could be, they would be calling you that time. They would be coming back to you, back to you on these dates, or they might send you, loving message on these dates, or might be totally, behave in a nice manner, or totally a turning point in your whole relationship. But this is May 28th, June 2nd, June 4th, and June 18th are important dates for you. Could be your birthdays, could be anything, significant around it. Could add up to something that's important to you. But yes, let's go on a date. Okay, like I said, on a date. Definitely going to ask you on a date. You're going to celebrate something, but definitely a date. Let's restart. So you're going to restart. They want you to restart the relationship. Look at this. I mean, it's almost like, they do. It's not like rekindling a fire, or it's totally, wiping things clean and restarting. A lot of times you want to restart with a person, like a great hello and hi, like an introductory hello and hi. I mean, they're wanting to go back to that kind of a phase, or where it all started and how it all started. So it's almost like, hi, let's introduce each other, to each other again, or the way it started, the sparks, when it was flying, the sparks were flying, when you used to get butterflies in your stomach, and like that whole great feeling when you just start dating. I am ready. So they're ready for everything. They're ready for the conditions you put on them. Conditions in the sense that you have to change, you have to be more giving, then this relationship will work. So you put good conditions, because you could not just make it work. One person cannot make a relationship work. It has to be a work of two people. So I feel you were doing 70% of the work. I think you were doing 80% of the work, and they hardly put in anything. So you've kind of told them, okay, I'll be back, but this is what I feel, that 50-50 work. We both have to work on the relationship. You have to give me more time, you have to do this, and you have to be more caring, and you have to call when you're saying you're calling, and things like that. I've changed for good. Yes, so they're saying they've changed for good, and that's what you wanted from them, no? When I said change for good, so good things. Not, you're not going to say, okay, keep calling me every 2 minutes. Nothing like that. You asking them things that happens in a normal relationship when both partners are giving. So it can't be like a one-sided thing, like I said. So you asking them, you have to change if you want to. If I'm important to you, if you value me, if you value this relationship, and you want to keep this relationship, so you're going to work hard now. I've done my working, I've done my hard work. I mean, it's your turn now. It's almost like you telling them it's your turn now. Everything reminds me of you. Yes, they went away. Somewhere they took a break, or probably they left you and went away also. They didn't even tell you and they left you. They probably started behaving very badly with you. They started behaving very cold with you. And you kept figuring out, hey, things were right. In your head, you're like, what did I do wrong? What happened? Why would it go wrong? So you were figuring things in your head, but you could not figure out. And now they're saying, yes, I mean, I did leave you and I did go, but yeah, wherever I went, everywhere I went, everything reminded me of you, a song, a place, a movie, whatever, that drive, that special road, it all reminded me of you, and I understand your value, and I know that I do miss you and I do love you. So those are the words you will hear, and do tell me what you heard and how soon you heard. And I would love to read these comments, because I feel these are the exact words coming out of their mouth, or from, or a message that you'll get from them, or a call that will mean something around this. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll be back with another reading or a spell that I've been channeling. So see you. Do like my channel, do hit the like button, and do comment. Thank you, guys. Bye.